RV Tech Pro. Harbor Freight isn't playing around, man. They're pulling all the punches. Not only do they have Snap-on's PWCH HD7 inline wire stripper down cold, they also have made in USA. That's a game changer, guys. This is 24 bucks without a coupon. With a coupon, you can get 25% off right now. These are about $57. So I believe these are going to be the same tool. Snap-on must not be making these, or Harbor Freight has done the impossible. Okay, so let's take a look at them. We'll take a closer look. Got to get these out the packaging. See if we can get these open. Just looking at the packaging, these look so similar. I'm willing to guess that Snap-on must have these made by someone else, and their contract has ran out. For Harbor Freight has a US source that are making these incredibly similar. All right, so right off the bat, I see that on the Snap-ons, you have the lettering, laser etched and stamped, one on each side. And on the icon, they did not stamp it, so that makes it a little cheaper for Harbor Freight. Laser etching on all of the lettering on the rest of the plier. Everything's looking exactly the same, guys. Let me clean up my Snap-ons a little bit. Let's unlock them. Snap-on unlock. The color is different on the handles. Snap-on has more pigment in the red. It's a brighter, nicer red. Doesn't really matter if it functions the same, but the dip handles look identical outside the fact that the color is slightly different. Okay. Let's look at the cutting knives. Here, there, slight difference there. Let's flip them over. Cut copper only, cut copper only. I'm pretty sure these are gonna be the same exact pliers, man. It is what it is. I paid, of course, full price for these Snap-ons. Maybe, I can't remember. I'm sure I did, because a lot of this stuff, a lot of their new stuff, I buy it when it first comes out. You get a slight discount when it first comes out, when the tool dealer doesn't know how it's gonna sell yet, and he just kind of sells the first little batch just to see how fast it's gonna go. All right, enough talking. Same spring, same rivet, same latch, same. Again, the only thing they did different, and I'm sure Harbor Freight did this to save money, they had the manufacturer of these not stamp the lettering into the head. It's only laser etched, whereas Snap-on had them to also stamp it in there, making the manufacturing cost less for Icon. Like I said, regular price, these are 57, these are 24. It would be my guess, without doing any research whatsoever, just by looking at these and having had these for well over a year and using them that these are the same plier. Have to find out who Snap-on gets to make these. Same. Okay. Only patent pending right here, patent pending right there, and the warning label. A little software change to print the writing in a different spot. Everything else looks the same. The only thing that I see that is different is the on the cutting knives. The Harbor Freight one has a more pronounced radius in the cutting knife right there, whereas the Snap-on one, it's more subtle. That's it. A very easy change to make on the AutoCAD software when they are machining these tools. Very, very easy. Change a couple of decimal points or numbers in the AutoCAD programming, and you can just change that radius up just enough to where it looks a little different, still come off the same line. So again, Harbor Freight has done a really good job. And this time they've pulled out the punches, because made in the USA, not made in the USA with Global Components, made in the USA, all the way made in the USA. Designed and manufactured by Icon Tools. We know that's not true, because like Matco, Icon does not make any tools. They don't make any tools. Harbor Freight does not make any tools. They buy tools from other manufacturers and have their name put on it. Snap-on does make tools, but they also rebrand tools. They buy tools from other manufacturers and have their name put on it. And when you do that and your contract runs out, or you piss the guys off, they sell to your competitors. It's just business. So why would anyone spend the $57 for these when they can go to Harbor Freight and get these for 24 bucks? They're both lifetime warranty, and the warranty process is going to be easier in Harbor Freight if they have the item in stock. If they have the item in stock, you can just walk in there and swap it out. Same with the Snap-on. You can swap it out on the truck if he has the item in stock. If he doesn't, he have to order it. With the Harbor Freight, same thing. If they don't have it, they ought to order it. So, yeah, man, this is a big win for a lot of guys. Like I always say, it doesn't bother me one bit when I've been working on my lawnmower. This is that Nepros ratchet. It's all banged up and scratched up because I actually use it, and because I use it. So the mirror finish looked super good when I first got it, the chrome, and I mean, just like anything else, it scratches up, and the chrome, if you actually use them, they're not gonna stay looking like they did when they first came out the box. And I keep that in a toolbox on my truck with a lot of other tools that I have for work, so it's daily getting jostled around. I like it. So far it's good. I now see why a lot of companies let that button stick out just a little bit, because it's easier to press it. Especially if you got big fingers, you don't get a good press on that. But I prefer to have that than to have the button stick out, because I like having that flush mount button. As you can see from the side, you can't even see it. But this is not about Nepros. This is about Snap-on and Icon. This little Versus right here. And like I said, no one should be crying about this one, because this is made in the USA. Harbor Freight has Icon tool that is made in the USA and is a direct replica or rebrand of the same tool that Snap-on is rebranding, which is made in the USA. So everybody should be able to get behind this one, even the Snap-on junkies, especially if you hadn't kicked out the 57 or 60 bucks for this yet, you can actually be proud to have a set of Icons because they're both rebranded. All right, that's what I got for you today. Oh, part number? Okay. Yes, that's the part number for that one. And what are these good for? Well, when you're working inside gang boxes, when you're working overhead and you can't get in there, electrical boxes. Let's say this was the electrical box, and which is very common. The guy didn't leave enough wire hanging out and you got to change something in there, or you got to cut out a bad spot and start over. This is going to save your bacon, right? Because you can get in there and go this way instead of having to try to angle a pair of normal strippers and go that way. And it's going to be much easier for you to work with that wire in there, which I ran into plenty of times working with campers with the awnings and slide room wiring and other things that is hard to assess from the start with, and in electrical boxes on 110 when they do not give you enough wire hanging out. Which code, I think it used to be 3 inches is the National Electric Code. You're supposed to have 3 inches of wire. They changed that. It was 3 or 4 inches. Maybe it used to be 4 and they changed it to 3, or it used to be 3 and they changed it to 4. I can't remember right off the top of my head, but it used to be 3 inches was the electrical code. When you're wiring up an electrical box, that's how much you're supposed to leave out. So I have 2 pairs of snap-ons. I have this pair for 110 wire, and then I have a pair that goes down to smaller gauges for stranded wire. Yeah, this is the one for big one. Goes up to 10 gauge. All right, so that's what we got. RV Tech Pro out.